Alright people, back at it. Let's go ahead and continue our Iron Keep walkthrough here. Now that we've gotten the Smelter Demon out of the way, alright, we can go on to the rest of this place and go meet the primal boss of this area. Lots of hidden loot here too. And another bell tower. Oh boy. Alright, notice my nifty new leggings here. These are the Smelter Demon leggings. I think they look excessively cool. Very, very cool. Actually, the whole armor set is actually unique. But the split toe feet on this are just, yeah, I think these are cool. Right. Provide a good amount of poison protection too. Great fire resistance. Anyway, I went back to Majula and dealt with the armor merchant over there. He had them available, along with a few other sets of armor. Apparently, once you've killed a boss or gotten past a certain area, you can go back there and he will have either a set of armor from that particular boss, or he'll have a set of armor that's significant to that area. I think there was like a Royal Swordsman set, probably from the Lost Bastille, I guess. There was a Elite Knight armor, like you would find down by the Hydra in Dark Souls 1, and there was Lost Sinner outfit. That was pretty cool. The mask is similar to the, what is it, the Mask of the Father or whatever. It helps increase your equipment load. Anyway. Alright, the second turtle busted the floor and ran off. Sissy. Alright, it doesn't give me a whole lot of room to work with. If I choose to fight him at the other side of that door, I'm going to get sniped by the guys with the great bows. So, test out my rolling skills here. Alright, so we got two fat boys out of the way. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snipe essentially all these guys. This lever controls this platform here in the middle. I'm going to need this down. Alright, and there's a specific reason. I'll show you why later. But it also gets rid of those two turtles instantly. Sometimes you can aggro this turtle over here to my right, and you can catch him running across that platform and take him out too. But a lot of times he'll run into, there he is right there, he'll run into the flames that are shooting out of the wall. Anyway, so doesn't really matter. It's just one guy and not really worried about him. Alright, you're going to see that long lava path down there to the bottom left, too, with a chest at the end of it. Alright? There is a... Well, we know the method to getting it. Alright, and there are some water vases conveniently located for us on the top of a ladder on the other side. One of the reasons we want to drop that platform there. Alright? The other is that ladder leads to some other stuff. Beyond just the water vases, leads to another key part of this area. Alright, so snipe all these guys. Alright. Nice safe spot here. And there's a turtle I never ever get. But I'll try. Can't tell you how many times I've chased him off that ledge swinging. Oh, man. It makes me want to rage. Okay. So that's fine. If he wants to run from me, that's whatever. Okay, now if you step on these floor triggers, it will create a little river of lava going through each one of those little sections right there. Alright, and there's also floor triggers here which will drop these platforms. See that right there? I'm going to go ahead and rate this guy's message because I know he's warning of that. Alright, and there's several of those. You can also use those to your advantage. If you catch a knight on one of those platforms, you can hit that trigger and drop him off in the lava, but... Yeah, anyway. I'm going to try to grab absolutely everything in this area. So if there's anything that maybe somebody's missed before. Alright, now see this, since this thing is down, this platform, I can get to that ladder in the back there. First, let me come over here. There's another piece of loot sitting right here. And instead of going through this fog door, we're going to get to that area later and come back in from the backside, essentially. So there's no need to go over there now. It's much easier to come back in from up top. All right, another floor trigger there. All right, so we get to this ladder here in the very back. All right, and at the top, there's not only some water jars, but there's another piece of the Dark Wraith armor. And this is a fake chest, a mimic. So be careful. Alright, so we got the actual armor itself. Those of you wanting that. All the pieces can be found in random chests scattered around. Okay, so I don't want to splash around in the water just yet. What I want to do is, for this long trip, because that lava has no breaks in it, okay, I want to get the highest fire-resistant gear that I can equip. Alright, and go ahead and get my ring on. For the Flame Quartz ring, which I got down there with the Flame Lizards underneath the Crimson Tower. You can also buy the regular, just Flame Quartz ring from, I believe it's Carillion. I think he sells it. One of the merchants sells it. All I'm really concerned about right now is mainly just getting fire protection. There we go. Alright. Some decent fire protection just right off the top. Okay. Now hit myself with Flash Sweat first, then roll around in all these jars, get myself good and soaked. Alright. I should be leaving little black footprints around. Alright. Shows you that I'm saturated. That was close. I don't like wasting any time once I'm wet. I don't want it evaporating at all. Alright. Let's go ahead and fully heal up here. Now, look. Seriously, it's doing almost nothing. If you want to, be careful, just drop a flask right before you open the chest. I can stand long and strong in this all day now. Now, this water will eventually evaporate, and then I'll start getting toasted real quick. But this gives me plenty of time. Get down here, get all this stuff. Free fire seed to upgrade my pyromancy glove with. Alright. Notice it started moving just a little bit faster. I don't know if that's each one of those jars wears off. I'm sure there's some kind of hidden gauge. Alright, and this is what you get. You get the Chaos Storm. Alright, and this is the only copy of that in the game that I'm aware of. I don't believe you can buy it anywhere or anything else. So if you're going for the trophy for all the pyromancies, you're going to need that. You're going to need to get this at some point. Okay, I won't worry about this area anymore. Alright, now I want to go back up that same ladder and go ahead and get to the rest of this area. There's a whole bunch of loot to be had up there. Like a whole bunch of loot to be had up here. Even a hidden door. And for those of you, it's one of the Black Knight weapons, I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. We'll see when we get there. I believe it's like the Black Knight Greatsword or Ultra Greatsword or something. Alright, and we have another ladder here. This gets us up top, and we will essentially make a big circle, come back around, but this gives us access not just to that hidden door, once we get through another long area, but it also gives us a couple items up here, and another chest or two, and a ring, and some other stuff. Alright, so this will heal you, as well as saturate you. I'm not worried about being saturated now. I'm pretty much done playing around in the lava. But it will fully heal you, so I can go for that. Alright, there's going to be several Knight Captain archers up here, so they all have a significant amount of health. Alright, so I'm just going to snipe them all, just from right here. Alright, won't suffer you guys to sit through all that. There we go, that drops the intelligence requirement for spells. A particular spell, anyway. Alright, here's the Black Knight Great Axe for you guys that are a fan of that. Don't know quite how well it performs compared to Dark Souls 1. I believe there's a lot higher stat requirements than there was in the first one. Some free cracked red eye orbs. Alright, and get down here. Now, before falling off this last little ledge right here, see the ring sitting on that pot of lava below me. Okay, I can just go ahead and aggro him and get him out of the way one way or another. He decided to do me a favor and just go ahead and off himself, which is great. Okay, be careful here, because you're going to need to land right on the ledge, and I don't know how I don't die here, honestly. Like, wow, you don't get any closer to the edge without falling off there. But That's the basic version of the +1 version, the Merchant in Iron Keep when you first come in the door, okay? That's the basic version of the +1 that he gives you for free. Well, he gives it to you for free once you spent so much money with him. So, but if you didn't get it from him, then there's one a copy right there. What that'll do is just give you a little bit less item find chance than the +1 will. But it's all good. Now notice we just came in through the back door, essentially, through that same fog. All right, and we're back in this area. Now, it's essentially cleared out. All right, the the Iron Keep is cleared out. But we have another bell tower. I believe this is Belfry Sol, or Bell Tower Sol, or something like that. We're going to need a Pharos Lockstone here, but we should have plenty of those by now. Alright, we're still essentially in the Iron Keep area, but this is the only way to get to this one spot right here. There's quite a bit more stuff to be had up here, too, so it's worth doing. Alright, I believe this is a ring. Right on, okay. Lightning resistance. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit this. I don't really care about respawning everything right in here because I can come right back down to basically the same spot and snipe any knights that are in my way, because once I've gone up this ladder and cleared out this area up here, when I come back down, essentially the Iron Keep's done. It's cleared out, except for the very, very end area, and I can go back through that fog door, which I came through the backside of. I can go back out that way and go on to the rest of the area. But I want to get up here and show you guys all this stuff. Now, this is another area that's pretty bad about Bellbro invasions. And remember, Bellbros joined this covenant because they can't PvP, all right? And so they need help. And so they will not only use the NPCs in the environment, but they also get summoned. They get to invade 2 at a time. And most of the time they will. More so here than in the first one. A lot of people are ready or have better gear by this time, and so I tend to get invaded. I've never not been invaded here. Alright, lots of NPCs. The big NPCs won't respawn. The little guys will. These little guys are just, they're common here. They come running at you with their little flamey daggers that look like swords in their hand. I think that's awesome. Oh man, I couldn't get him with that last arrow. Alright. Oh wow, I didn't mean to do that. Gotta get used to having a spell equipped. I went ahead and equipped my Chaos Storm just to check it out. Once you get your glove fully upgraded, it's actually not bad. Even if your intelligence and faith is low, it's still kind of worth it. I think I may prefer Firestorm a little better. Personally, it has a couple more casts, and it seems to do the same amount of damage, in my opinion. I guess the Chaos Storm is supposed to leave like little pools of lava in its place. I know that's how it worked in the first Dark Souls. This one, not so much. Doesn't seem like it. I may be wrong, but I don't know. Just me personally, I prefer the Firestorm a little more, but I figured I'd play with this a little bit. Now we'll have another big NPC over here guarding the door that leads up to the bell tower itself. And this place really doesn't have an end boss. This is just a way to get through, to get some more loot. Oh, horrible timing, man. Okay, well, this is just... I'm gonna get this guy with this spell. Yeah, see, I don't know. It seems like I could have had the same effect with Firestorm and got an extra cast or 2 out of it. Oh, wow, just die, dude. Yeah, just die. Okay. Surprised I haven't been invaded yet. About the time I get up on this roof, I will be, I'm sure. But I think that's it for NPCs down here. And then we'll get up on the roof, and there'll be a guy, I think he's dual-wielding Avalons or some crap like that. Okay, we'll want to activate the, This controls an iron door somewhere, I believe. And for some reason, there's a lot of the Skeptic's spice and Simpleton Spice in these bell towers, for whatever reason. I'm actually going to use one of these. I've got a whole pocket full of them. Get my cast back in case I do get invaded. I haven't just sat there and farmed to get my, all the Titanite chunks and stuff to get my weapons fully upgraded. Anyone getting into PvP is already set up. You have to assume their armor is completely maxed. Their weapons are completely maxed. I mean, if they're smart, they would. I mean, that's what I would do. And these guys, well, they're safe because they can essentially invade each other too, but they can get summoned to the bell tower as long as they're basically in the map. So they can go find some spot that's nice and cushy and hang out, maybe, I don't know, farm some knights or something, or just sit around and wait to get summoned in, come in, fight you, and if they die, they don't lose anything, right? So their whole purpose for living is to just annoy the crap out of you. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting Topher here. This dual wheel guy, I'm sure he's got fully upgraded weapons too. These guys aren't honorable. They don't. I mean, every once in a while, you might find them where they're willing to go 1v1 because they actually want to experience some PvP. But the ones who really want to experience PvP aren't really in this covenant in the first place. They don't get a lot of well, from what I've seen, they don't get a whole lot of respect from anybody. I don't even think I put my blades ring back on either. Ah, damn it! All right. If they're not going to be honorable, I'm not going to worry about healing. I'm not going to be honorable either. This guy's got my style here. That's kind of shameful. You cannot destroy me. All right, if I can get this timed, just one time. There we go. Let's see, I think Firestorm would have knocked him on his ass and not gave him a chance to come in and half health me. Probably should have concentrated on this dual wheel guy because he probably can't take any. He can probably take fewer hits than I can with two swords, and wow, it let him get that off too. That's so cheap. All right, well, anyway, and then they act like they've done something. That's what I hate about gankers, that they act like they actually showed some kind of skill and they have none. So you see his name there, you know what a coward looks like. All right, no respect. No respect whatsoever. No, I don't really care about dying. I'm right here next to the bonfire. I'm not worried about it. The big NPCs are out of the way. This isn't really any inconvenience to me. If I want to get human again, I just get summoned by somebody. But I can't respect it. I'm not going to. The only people who would defend that type of behavior are the people doing it, right? So, don't want to sound like I'm raging. I'm actually not. It's just annoying because it's like, you know, friggin' wow. This is not respectable. All right, look at this NPC. These NPCs are actually a little smarter. Well, not him sitting there running into that midget, but they'll actually, you know, climb things and come up and get you. These little midgets down there have bows, so I really don't need to be trapped on that side of the roof. Ah. Friggin' follow-up, man. I really want one of those swords. You know what, guys? As a matter of fact, I'm going to go start a build and play around with that sword for a little while. I was thinking about just making this my last Dark Souls 2 video because this is the last, I don't know, just, you know, crucial big loot area with a lot of hidden doors and things like that. I mean, there's more areas in the game, but this is kind of like where it kind of capped off for me. The rest of the game was, what would I say? More just, you know, go from point A, go to point B. Oh, look, there's more enemies in the way. Kill them. Get there. All right, from there, then go there. Then come back. Now go over here, and then come back, and you're done. You know, type of thing. I don't know. Great game and all that, but after this point, the game got, I guess I could say, a little less interesting. I guess now that really I have the item I was after, you know, I have my Smelter Demon armor, personally. If there's something you want in particular, I guess if you're a big Katana fan and you want, like, oh, what's that one, the Manslayer or whatever. It's in that one area that's, most of it's in the water. if you're into that, then I guess, you know, you'd be looking forward to that. But then once you get it, you're like, oh, well, okay, now that I got this, now what? Then you either go PvP or go do whatever you're going to do with it. Dark Souls, it's kind of neat, is the world is essentially just a setup to go get the gear that you want. Then once you've got it, see what you can do with it. Test it out, see if your build works. If it sucks ass, start over. Go make another character. Go say, well, if I combine this with this and did that, then how would that work? And then go experiment with that for a while. And I put 100 hours into a character just to find out, this didn't work the way I thought it was, and just trash it, you know, and start completely over. I had no problem with that. Now, there's a hidden door right here. There we go. All right, this is the last secret that I can think about, at least that I know of. But you have to go through the bell tower to come back down through this little passage right here. There it is, the Black Knight Greatsword. Okay, so fans of that weapon, get it right there for free. All right, it's like a catalyst. All right, get right back down there. Okay, and that ladder to the right goes back up to the bell tower, and then from right here we can hop down. What I'm going to do is just snipe all these guys, get them out of the way. All right, and follow this over. Now we can go through that door. What's this? Oh, sweet, black steel katana. Not going to use it, but cool to have one. Go through this door over here, and this leads back to the rest of the area. Final boss and all that stuff. Now this one knight is going to be back up on that ledge. Above us is essentially the area where they we found the ring on the edge of that big pot that had the lava in it. Free heals there. Somebody rated a message. Gotta love that. Alright, now I can use that to my advantage. Maybe. If I can get this guy to stand under, this knight's watching it, chop him in half. Come on. Ah! Oh, I missed it by a split second. I like watching him get slammed to the ground with that crap sometimes. Alright. And we're essentially at the end here. This last little hallway here. This fire room. Now there's an item over there. I'll be able to get that later with no problem at all. But there's a ladder in here that leads up, and I don't remember where it's at. Really don't remember where it's at. Hello, ladder. Over. No? I'm sitting here looking right at it? Probably. Okay, now I can just keep running straight, essentially. There it is. And go straight on out to the final boss. But you can get up here, up top, and turn off all these flames, and then come back down and go grab that item that the flames are protecting. Now, I thought there was an NPC invader right here. Maybe that's New Game Plus, or I have to be human? I don't think I have to be human, though. I know in Dark Souls 1 you had to be, but I don't think in here you do. I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. And speaking of becoming human, I think that's exactly what I'm going to go do. I'll run down there and grab that item. I believe it's an enchanted bow. Which I may actually start using. Save me from having to actually put an element on my bow. But yeah, you see the flames are off, so you can just grab this for free. Like I say, you can keep going straight out there to the final boss, but I'm going to come up here, lay my sign by the bonfire, and see if somebody wants to summon me. Get me human. Alright. Having done all that, beat the boss. Got a good practice run, too, so it's, you know, it's really not pointless. It's, besides just getting human, it kind of gives me a feel for how the boss acts. seeing as I've slept since the last time I fought him. Alright, get down here and get owned by this turtle for a while. Oh, it's so disrespectful. No, stop it! Leave me alone, bitch! You can't swing that many times. Look, you have no health. So not fair. Alright. Die! Get off me. Get off me. Alright. So I'm assuming my summons is going to come down here. Usually there's a lot of signs right here. Kind of a cool place just to hang out and wait to get summoned and farm this guy. This guy isn't overly difficult. He has some AoE stuff. I think the most lethal thing that he does is the, what is it, fire beam, laser beam thing that shoots out and can push you off of basically any ledge, even through walls. So, and that usually happens if you're hiding around corners and you stay there for any significant period of time. He'll stop what he's doing and laser beam you right off the ledge. Very cool looking boss. This is my favorite looking boss in the game, I think. Well, I don't know my favorite, but he's pretty cool. Well, he was just taking a nap. How dare I bother him while he's taking a nap? He's like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? Want to play? All right, then. Let's do this. Alright, contrary to logic, it's best to stay closer to this boss, at least for me. Ah! I'll roll it a second too early. If I can get my adaptability up and get... you know, honestly, one more invincibility frame probably would have kept me from getting hit. I'm glad he didn't do a firestorm with that. He probably would have knocked me backwards. I say this is keeping him from doing the laser out of his face thing. Alright, that should be Firestorm, I believe. Ah, shit. He'll essentially follow you with that. I could have taken advantage to get a few attacks, but that's just a free opportunity to... Can I hit his hand right there? Oh, sweet. It's a free opportunity to heal. No point in dying now. We're pretty close. Wow. That's really pretty cool, though. One-handed Firestorm. I think that's badass. He kind of has the same stuff you have to work with, you know? I think that's really cool. Anyway, and that's it. And there'll be a little more stuff in here. I think each of the primals that you kill, at least in New Game, each give you a Bone Dust. And those will all, of course, strengthen your flask. Similar to a Firekeeper Soul, sort of. I don't remember what else you get here, but I believe it's Bone Dust and maybe something else. And then we'll go light the Primal Bonfire and go back to Majula and level up or spend our money or do whatever we're going to do. And I think I'm going to go mess around with the build with the Greatsword. And I may catch up to where I'm at here. See how it works. If I don't like it, I'll just come back to this. But if so, if you see me with the Greatsword next time, then you'll know what happened. Alright, y'all take care. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Share the video with other Dark Souls fans. Alright, take it easy. Bye-bye. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I put links to more Dark Souls in the top box, and for complete listings of all my videos, click on the bottom box. And to subscribe and join the Ninja Flip, smash on that button up top. You can also follow on Facebook and Twitter to get notified when new videos are up. The links are below in the artwork and in the About section. Y'all take care.